The US president using his latest coronavirus briefing to say that he is going to build the biggest medical arsenal in history, basically using the COVID-19 pandemic as a reason to bring supply chains home when it comes to the drugs that could be the cures of tomorrow. He basically said that the US was over-reliant on India and China when it comes to the precursors of drugs, and that he's going to use a familiar name to some people over 30 years old, Kodak, to do it. Under the Defense Production Act, he is going to give them a $765 million loan. Kodak, famous for making film for cameras and cameras themselves until they went bankrupt as cameras moved digital and onto phones, will now be repurposed to basically make the supplies that can make up pharmaceuticals. Let's have a listen to the president.
Kodak will now produce generic active pharmaceutical ingredients, which is a big deal. Using advanced manufacturing techniques, Kodak will also make the key starting materials that are the building blocks for many drugs in a manner that is both cost competitive and environmentally safe. Will be competitive with almost all countries and soon with all countries.
The US president also playing down the spreading pandemic by saying much of the US is corona-free, although he did remind Americans to wear masks, especially in crowded bars. But most controversially, and he really can't leave this alone, we remember this from back in April, that he touted the controversial drug hydroxychloroquine once more, saying that he had taken it and he was still there, even though his own medical officials and the Food and Drug Administration have said, do not take it. It is not recommended for COVID-19. It can cause many problems, including heart problems as well. This followed a controversial retweeting of a video that was played on Facebook many millions of times before it was taken down, involving a controversial doctor pushing it. In fact, he said that he thought the doctor's views were valid, but the social media giant Facebook took it down, and Twitter also restricted his son's account for 12 hours because he retweeted it as well. Quite incredible that basically in July now we are replaying these political battles as we're approaching the 150,000 dead mark here in the US. But the president was upbeat about drugs, about treatments, about bringing the drug supply home, and doesn't see any problems with pushing unproven treatments once again. Nathan King, CGTN at the White House.